Yeah, it also worked better for me. So
Yeah, cool. Me too. I just well, anyway, let me get an intro going here. Anyway, welcome to what is this? MEN 1005 and 1006. I think I have one 1006 student in here. Um, so this is SolidWorks. I teach you. Well, I don't teach you. You teach yourself. I'm just here to answer your questions when you get confused. But SolidWorks is so easy to use, although it can be frustrating at times. Oh man, I tell you, we hooked up with this. See, here I go off on a tangent. What the heck does this have to do with my SolidWorks class? But anyway, we decided that we needed to help our procurement department. Um, because they were spending a lot of time gathering together all the PDFs of the drawings, the IGES files, the step files, gathering them together, combining them into an attachment, and emailing them off to our vendors so that they can quote them and then get us a quote back. That we decided we needed to find some way to have all this stuff set in the cloud, automatically generated by SolidWorks, so that there's no effort, and we just send a link to our vendors where they go in and get what they need. And through a lot of effort, a lot of frustration, I finally actually, the very first thing that the first person I went to suggested, um, we ended up going with, but they then tried to convince me to go down this other path that would cost us over $40,000 with like $20,000 a year reoccurrence fees. Whereas the first solution they provided was only $1,500 a year. And it's called Flatter Files. And Flatter Files will take and go into my PDM vault, and it'll look for every drawing that has been approved in PDM. What's PDM? PDM is project management, project data management. It's a caretaker for our SolidWorks files. And you check in files, you check out files, you approve files, you disapprove, and this, that, and that. But anyway, it goes through and finds every approved drawing. It then creates a PDF of that drawing. It creates a step file and an IGES file, which those two are the ones that I specifically specified for it to create because that's what our vendors want. And then when I send out things to a vendor, I just create me a CSV file out of a Excel spreadsheet with the part number, import that into Flatter Files, and it creates me a link, and I just ship that out. And it was so slick. I used it for the very first time this last weekend, and it was so cool. How did we get onto that? I don't remember. I see just another example of me going off on a tangent, but it was at least SolidWorks related. Hi, how am I? Hey, Ty.
hey,
So
uh,
anybody get SolidWorks successfully downloaded and installed on their computers? That's not a good sign.
not yet.
Oh,
Tried the all access.
yeah, all access will work, but it is sort of low. Although, when we go in to take the exam, although I'm not sure, well, I'm not going to go down that road. Um, there'll be one exam. I know the syllabus, and I don't know, maybe the syllabus has it or not. Um, but the calendar in Canvas, I don't know if anybody's gotten that far into looking into Canvas, suggests that there's a midterm exam and final exam. And depending on how the semester goes, the final can either be an exam, which I've done in the past, which is give you um, several parts to an assembly, have you design one of the parts that's missing, not design, but model one of the parts that's missing, and then assemble the assembly, create the assembly, and then do an exploded view and put it into a drawing with balloons and a bill of materials and all that good fancy stuff, which is kind of cool and it's kind of fun. We've had some really neat stuff. Or, um, am I sharing my screen? No, I'm not sharing my screen. How do you expect them to find me if I'm not sharing my screen? Oh, I was trying to get SolidWorks. I can't get SolidWorks to work on my laptop. I have to use it on my desktop. Oh, no, I don't want to record. Wait, what? What? Get out of the way here. Record this here, record cloud. Okay. It's not. Okay, what am I looking for? Who am I? Why am I here? I don't know. What was I doing? I don't know. Must not have been very important. Oh, I was going to share my screen. Oh, good grief. Don't get old, guys. It is hell. I mean, it sucks. Hey, that's not SolidWorks. Here we go. SolidWorks 2024. So this website is still under construction, has been for many years. That's the problem with SolidWorks is SolidWorks changes every year, and trying to keep up with the changes and the videos and everything is just it's hard. So I am actually going to do something different this semester. Um, I am going to actually um, eh, on these online sessions they are optional, but I will come in and during the online session and I'll spend probably the first half hour or so just modeling the part that's in the textbook through that chapter. Show you how I would do it. Okay, you didn't hear this from me, but I disagree with some of the procedures in which the textbook has you do things. It seems that they're having you do it the hardest way possible. Um, so I'll just go through and show you how I would do it in SolidWorks. Show you some of the features and stuff that I've learned. I've been working in SolidWorks for 21 years now. I started with SolidWorks 2003 and have upgraded just about every year. There was a few years there in the early years that we didn't do that, but um, so yeah, I am as you see, it shows you right here, a professional, certified SolidWorks professional. I took the exam and I passed it. Yay me! Um, so anyway, um, so I guess really the important things to know is if you have a Mac, the odds are you're not going to be able to get SolidWorks installed on it. I've had several students in the past try to get SolidWorks, um, but nobody's ever told me they were successful at it. I don't have a Mac, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Um, I think one of them tried to do a Windows partition in their Mac, and I don't know. I've talked to several. Well, there's two SolidWorks resellers here in the Salt Lake Valley, Go Engineer and MLC CAD Systems. I have talked to both of them, and they both have told me that no, you can't get SolidWorks to work on a Mac. Um, or at least they didn't know of any way. And if the reseller doesn't know of a way, then you're going to have somebody with some good hacking skills, which is not me. I can barely turn the computer on. Um, so the assignments are
And just real
basically
quick,
yes, yes,
I was just gonna ask. So I do have a Mac, but I saw your announcement about how like you can rent out a laptop from the
from the library.
library, and I did do that. So I don't know. Would you do you think it's better to try to run SolidWorks on the rented out laptop, or would you recommend just doing it in the computer lab?
Um, I yeah. Did the library say anything about installing software on their machines?
I didn't ask. I think
Yeah,
it's just like
I,
a
I-
Dell with an i5, so I don't know if that's
yeah,
like capable of running it, or I just don't know how serious of a program it is, or
yeah. Well, I have an HP Envy, and I think more my issues were installation issues than it was performance. Because before I upgraded the SolidWorks the last time it was functioning on here, I had no problems with this computer running SolidWorks. I could do everything I wanted to. I was designing a house for my brother up in the mountains on this laptop with no issues, and then I upgraded SolidWorks once, and it just took me like 20 minutes to draw a simple circle,
oh
and
no.
and I highly believe that it was an installation issue because I got a desktop here that was running Windows 7, and I upgraded it to Windows 10 just so that I could get the security on it, and it runs SolidWorks. So, you know, you're not out anything if you download the link from SolidWorks. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? Uh,
Yeah. And wait, you said in the computer lab, so it's SolidWorks is already downloaded on those.
yes, in
Okay.
the SI building down in the basement.
And is that lab open? Is it open basically all the hours that there aren't classes in there, or is there like certain hours for it?
I um, I guess there are classes in there. Hang on, I think it's SI 75. Um, but you know, if I've held classes in the lab in there. Um, and you know, as long as there's computers available for the class and extras, they won't have any issues with you coming in as long as you're not making noise.
Oh, okay, cool.
At least that's the way it used to be. Um, I'll have to. You know, it's probably been. Well, I was out in the community college for the pandemic, helping them check out robots. So that was back in 2020. So it's been at least 4 years since I've set foot on campus. But I do know it's on the north side of the building, down in the basement. But I'll find out for sure and make a post on where the lab is.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
But they're like say, you know, all access, and I do know that one. Well, actually, oh yeah, you're on the rented computer. Ah, sorry. Actually, you might even, would you just shut up and say something? I'm trying, but I don't know what to say. Um, um, is this MATLAB? Oh, SolidWorks. Yeah, SolidWorks. Where is it? I don't know. Oh, it's in. It should be. Did it already post? Um, you can get an online version, student version of SolidWorks that I think might work with Mac. Uh, I don't know. Has this one posted yet? This link right here for $48 a month or for a year, $48 will give you SolidWorks Cloud.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
cool. Maybe I'll.
yeah. See right there. We're on any device, Max.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll do that or do the lab, but thank you for the information.
Yeah. So that link is in this announcement. Have SolidWorks at home. I don't know if it shows up in the first three because there's so many that come out on the first day. There don't. So just go into announcements and scroll down to where you find it. You won't have all these because these are all delayed ones that are coming out later.
Okay,
Um,
and yes, I think I have seen that.
yeah.
I know.
So just check that, and then down at the bottom it'll take you a link right into SolidWorks. And one thing I don't I seen it once, but I haven't seen it. Um, I could have swore this said that it gave you access to Solid Professor, but I'm not seeing that anymore. Solid Professor is something that you can get through SolidWorks that gives you a lot of videos and uh, tips and hips and stuff. Um, I was looking into doing that to get updated videos, but I don't know if they'll let me use their videos to teach my class, so I need to look into that. Um, the videos I have on this canvas, they're still valid, they still work, but they're really old. So that's why I figured I'd come out at least once, you know, a week um, and just, you know, even if nobody shows up, I'll still work the problem through the textbook. and post videos to this website so you guys can see them. SolidWorks is fairly simple. You just got to have a flat surface to draw a sketch and then either extrude or cut. Um, I guess where it gets complex is when you start doing some complex shapes. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, you moron. I know, picking on me. Um, my mama wanted a puppy dog when she had me. Oh, wait a minute, it's not going to do me any good. I don't have SolidWorks on this computer. I got to get SolidWorks on this computer. I don't know if I can log into this. Let me see if I can log into this one. If it'll let me log in two places. Oh, see, this one's wanting me to log in. Huh. Oh,
Wow, how you change your voice like that?
it's just I was over at my neighbor's house one day and it just came out, and now I can't get rid of it. Where did it go? Crud. Anyway, yeah, my kids hate it. They say, Dad, knock it off. They do it to strange kids in a store, and they'll go running to mom. Mommy, help! So okay, I'll 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 get my computer fixed so that I gotta have it because I don't have Camtasia on that one. Although I guess no, that'd be silly. I get it fixed. Maybe what I need to do is bring my work computer home and use that. It has the well, it actually has Windows SolidWorks 2023 on it. We haven't upgraded to 24 yet. So again, anyway, the assignments they're all listed here. There is one coming up next week that's due. Um, go back to the calendar here. That's this one. Right here on the 26th. The idea suggestion. What that is it's a real world project. I just want you to model something that actually exists or could exist. It has to have a minimum of 5 unique items. Okay. The first semester I did that, somebody built a tree slide, and I figured, okay, well, this 2x4 is one unique item, and we'll change it to a 2x6. So there's another item, and 1x2, and here's another. No, that's not a unique item. That's just the same item of different size. So it needs to have at least 5 unique items. It has to have an assembly. You can use um, uh, parts if you're going to put. Well, actually, I'm going to go into the other place. Um, if you want to use hardware, nuts, bolts, gears, wheels, just about anything, um, you can download them from McMasterCar.com. And that I will allow as long as it's not considered one of your unique parts. Um, and then you got to have manufacturing drawings for all model parts, assembly drawing with an exploded view, bill of materials. So in the past, some of my students have used, apparently, when I started this, they also started in the ME 1000 class, something of a similar assignment. So some students said, well, can I just use that? And at first I didn't mind, but it got to where um, they were just, blowing off my class. And, people say, well, okay, on this assignment where you're telling me what you're going to plan on doing. And then, they keep putting it off. And then on the last day of class when I need to submit well, I changed my mind and I'm going to use my ME 1000 class. You got to stick with your first, if you're going to use the 1000, that's fine. But there are extra criteria. You need to make a video of the project working because I know in that class you have to 3D print them and make them function. I also want you to keep track of things that you're doing during the semester in that project and some other stuff too. Um, because it's not fair to the rest of the students who actually go through and did, like these samples here. This one here, you probably don't know, can't tell what that is. Anybody's got a guess what that is?
A playground.
It's a cat tree. It's designed to go over the top of their desk, so the cat can go up and around and come down. That's uh, only good cat. Oh, I won't go down there. So I think this was the one with this was the same part, but they just made a different size and counted it. Uh, so, oh, I don't have some of the good. The last time I taught this, one kid took and reverse engineered a Rubik's Cube, and that thing just looked, he couldn't get the colors to work, but everything else on it looked fantastic. It was really cool. I'll try to get it posted before too much longer. So anyway, so on this assignment, I just need you to tell me what you want to try and model. You don't have to start because, by the 26th, you're not going to learn anything about SolidWorks and to be able to do that. But by the end of the semester, you should. And if things go well, rather than a final exam, I'll just have you do a presentation of your uh, real world project. It's just you and me. Um, I don't know. Maybe I ought to start having the whole class show up. But it's in an online class, it's hard to find a time. I mean, I can't even get students to show up for these online sessions. Um, so it's just been me and the student. Um, and I just have you answer a few questions, tell me how the project went, what was good, what was hard, what would you learn, stuff like that. And I felt that I learned more about the student's ability to work in SolidWorks by doing the presentations rather than doing an exam. So I think, yeah, I I don't know what a start here is. Um, it just um, yeah, required statements and stuff. So the ME 1005 class, your grades, your scores from this course will be given to your ME 1000 and become part of that grade. For my sole student in 1006, you'll receive a grade. Um, and I hope that I remember to post it this time because last time I had one, I forgot to go in and post. Oh, I don't have any, but oh wait, I got a 1006. Sad thing when you only have two functioning brain cells. So if I could get SolidWorks open, but hang on. Let's try this.
And just
Um,
real quick,
yes.
I was also gonna, could you just explain kind of what the workbooks assignments like entail?
Um, so if you haven't gotten your textbook yet, dang, I wish I had because I'm opening up my book here on my desk, and I'm like, you guys can't see this. So the textbook is designed and um, structured with workbooks instead of chapters. Um,
Oh,
so
okay.
so the first workbook, first chapter covers just basic 2D sketching and whatnot. And so each workbook or chapter progresses. Now, there's a couple of chapters we don't cover, which I think is chapter 6 gets into 3D printing, part evaluation and configurations. Now, configurations, I think, is something you really should learn. I might have to reevaluate that and put that in there. I use configurations a lot, but it can also get frustrating. That's what you don't want to do is frustrate your students. But there is a chapter in here. Oh, look at that. Here's stress analysis, statistic stress and thermal analysis. You can do that using a SolidWorks simulation. Um, I use that quite often. I even have a program for my MATLAB that's, well, we determined it wasn't worth it, but it's EMS, electromagnetic studies, where I can simulate a magnetic circuit and find how this magnetic flux will flow through parts and this, that, and the other. But I did a study on our 6-inch tool based off of the geometries and materials of our tool and put it into a pipe and got results, and they were nowhere near what our tool was reading in the pipe. So we lost all confidence in the output of that thing. But it's kind of cool. It makes nice, pretty pictures. Um, yeah, cool. Any questions, comments, wants, needs, desires, concerns?
And then do you know if the library would have the book or probably not?
The community college library.
Yeah, or
Uh, it's possible. Um, I
I'll probably
don't.
just have to contact them.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did look them up the other day. Um, because they haven't given me one yet either, and so that's where this link came from. I know the bookstore says they have them, so you can buy a brand new one for $56 or a digital for $49. You'd think they'd give me a digital copy. They give me a digital copy of MATLAB. Um, so does this show anything inside the textbook? It doesn't. It's required. So I don't know. You could check if you get an older book. It probably will be okay. Only difference might be is they may have changed the problems between 2022 and 23. Um, I got, what do I got here? I got 2020, 2021. But, it's been a year since I've taught this class. So that's why I don't have a 22. But they knew you guys were coming in this semester and they wanted me to be here to be enlightened by your guys' brightness and talent. Okay, well, without having SolidWorks, there's not much more I can show you tonight. Oh, I can guess I can try and get into All Access. I was in there earlier today. See if.
Can I
Uh,
have a question about the workbook?
okay,
So I was trying to doing the chapter one from the workbook, and like the way they explain is
yeah,
like feels so frustrating, like so complicated. So do you make any videos like
uh,
your solution to like
yeah.
make it?
I will do that. Um, maybe I'll get the first one done up this weekend and get it posted. And then the online sessions I hold for the rest of the semester, I'll be doing samples in SolidWorks. Well, actually, who knows? Maybe if I can get SolidWorks up here, we can. I don't have 2023, but um, um yes, go away. Okay, go away. Um, so what's the first problem?
It say it was like a carbon fiber gasket. I think that.
Yeah, hang on. Let's see. Let's see. SolidWorks screen. Okay. Toolbars. Just with the title block. Carbon fiber gasket. Does not support newer installations PDM version other than two previous. We're not in PDM. Okay, so here we go. Go away. I don't want to manage them. I'm going to start a new part. So this is your SolidWorks when it opens up. I will try if I ever get my SolidWorks in to maintain the same setup that you guys will see. Um, because I have a a way I like my stuff at my office, but it'll be confusing to your guys because you'll say, well, where did you get that button from? I said, well, it's one I brought out. But you can customize SolidWorks if you go to customize. And let's say, let's get rid of you. I don't know where you came from. Um, let's say that you really want, oh, I wish that one would work. Um, let's say in the assemblies that you really wanted to have this button out here. You just grab that, bring it out and drop it, and poof, now you've got it. Or you can say, oh, no, I don't want it. So you can customize your toolbar however you will like. So, okay, so we're going to start here on, I don't know what page you guys are on, but mine starts on page 112, 1-12, and we're doing a sketch. So we're going to do a sketch. I'm going to pick, you got to, okay, 99% of the sketches that you create in SolidWorks will be on a flat surface. The only other exception is if you do a 3D sketch. Um, you can do a 3D sketch just anywhere. But man, I tell you, I've done some 3D sketches and they can get very obnoxious. So I picked my plane and I tell it I'm going to do a sketch. And so you notice that the screen became parallel to or the plane became parallel to the screen. So now it tells me that I need to draw a weird shape here. So I'm going to click on this guy. Okay, and so the origin is down at the point of that thing. So I'm just going to draw a line there. Where are all my lines going? See, and this is why I don't like doing online stuff. Where'd all my lines go? Wow. Is that what it's doing for you too? Where's
Yeah, I
my,
don't see any lines.
yeah, but why? Come on, I'm the teacher. You're supposed to do what I tell you to do. Okay, it'll do that, but it won't do see, this is why I want to have my own SolidWorks. Wow. Okay, let's get rid of that. Discard it. Let's try it again. Front plane. I want to do a sketch and I want to draw a line. Okay, I don't know what was going on. And they don't have to be perfect. Okay. So if you're looking at the sketch on the page, I don't know what happened with that last one. Man, it was funky. So that looks nothing like the sketch on the page, right? So that's where we start putting relations in here. So I'm going to click this line and it brings up this window over here. I want to make that horizontal. Poof. Okay, I'm going to grab these two lines and I want them to be vertical. Poof. Ooh, and I want these two lines to be equal. Oh, but that's now this one's too short. So now we're going to grab these two lines and make them equal. And now we have somewhat of a shape. Now we can start putting some dimensions in. What did you just do? Oh, wow. See, I went years and years without that feature, and then I found it, and man, I wish I'd have found it sooner. So that's why I try to teach you guys. If you hold down the right mouse button and slide your cursor, it brings up this uh, ring, and it has things that you can do. So you can do either a dimension, draw a straight line, draw a box, or draw a circle. Well, that's only four things. Can you make it do more? I certainly can. So you come over here and go to customize, go over here to mouse gestures, and you can go all the way up to 12 gestures. And it changes depending on whether you're making a part, doing a sketch, um, doing assembly, or a drawing. And I tell you, I love it, and you will too. Trust me. I'm the teacher. I know everything. Okay, I don't know everything, but I do love it. Come on, I can't close. There we go. So now look at all the options we have. Wow, that is cool, and that's normal. So I'm going to pull a dimension. Whoa, see, that's what I don't like about this thing is the scroll button just, where's my views? Toolbars, standard views. Okay, and this is supposed to be 6. Poof. And you notice that it scaled everything to match that dimension. And then this one here is supposed to be 2.5. And, oh, well, you can do either from point to point. That's not what I wanted. Well, I'm going to grab this line and come out this way and tell it that that needs to be 2 inches or 2 units. Yeah, see, that's what I don't like about this thing. Okay, so there's our shape. Okay, then we got to extrude that. So we want to make it a solid. So if we come over there to features and tell it to extrude it, and how thick are we extruding it? Um, oh, wait a minute. We got to do some fillets. Follow the book. Follow the book. Where did my stuff go? Okay. So here we want to do a fillet. So if we come out here and do a fillet of zero point 0.5, and then you just gotta click on the point where you want the fillet. It's yes, we want it. Yes, it's calling that out because we made these things equal and now it's shorter because of the fillets. Yes, yes. Oh, and even the one down here is. So they're all filleted. Okay. And are you doing this all in one sketch? Wow, I would never do that. Okay. Well, we'll do that anyway. So now it wants us to do circles. So you can either do the mouse gesture, which, like I say, you just hold the right mouse, move the cursor, or you can come up to your sketch tab and say you want to do a circle. And we're going to put one here and one here. And then, oh, one here and one here, and one here. And then we want to. Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Okay, and so, but that's not right. So we're going to draw this line, and we're going to go from the origin up. But it's not supposed to be solid, I know. So there's several ways you can make this a center line now. You can click on it and come over here and tell it for construction. So now it's a construction line. Or if you don't want to do that, you can click on it and this window that pops up, you can change it right here to construction. Or if you don't want to do that, you can click on it with the right mouse and slide up, and there's that option right there too. So now we're going to take this guy and make it symmetric. And this guy and this guy and this guy and make them symmetric. I don't know if that's what they did in there. I don't know how they dimensioned those things. Oh, they made them concentric. Okay. Ah, we turned on storage sense. So what they did was they grabbed that circle and this circle and made them concentric. And this circle and this circle and made them concentric. And this circle and this circle. Now you got two options. This one here is make them collinear or coradial. That means it'll be the same diameter as that circle there, but that's not what we want. We just want them to be concentric to the two. And then if we select all 5 of these, I'm holding the control button while I select them and tell it to be equal. And then when we come in and dimension one of them, where are they supposed to be? Straight slot circle 0.375. Okay, so now I don't know if y'all noticed anything, I'm going to turn these guys off because they're annoying. Turn off. I said turn off. I see. I couldn't do this. This is what I don't like about Cloud CAD. Um, there is a way to turn those things off. They should be off. Um, there we go. It's annoying to see those things where you get more green than you do anything else. Now, you'll notice here that when we go into our sketch to put in these, let's put in the slot. You'll notice that those lines are blue. Blue means that it's not fully defined. That means that you can grab that and move it anywhere you want. Okay, black is fully defined, so if I grab this, I can't move it. I really believe firmly in fully defined sketches, especially when you're doing design work, because if you got to make a modification to a model that you've created, and if your sketch isn't fully defined, it's hard to manipulate the sketch to move the way you want it to. So I always, and I will make notes on your assignments if you don't make fully defined sketches. So I'm going to grab the center point of that line and this thing here and come on, make them coincident. So that makes that centered. Once then, I am going to give this a radius of 0.5. So the radius is going to be 0.25. You could do radius or you could grab both lines and make them, okay, this line here and that line there, make it a ½ inch. This has a length of 3. And then from there to the Oregon is 2. And now if you look, you'll notice that it's all black. That means it's fully defined. Okay. And then our final thing is 2 hexagons. So we'll come over here to, where's our polygons? Right here. Pick our polygon. And I'm gonna do a mirror on this one. I don't think it says to do a mirror, but we're gonna do it anyway. It's just because I want to. I can. I'm the teacher. I make the rules in this class. Well, okay, I don't, but I follow. Okay, I do what I want. Whatever. So I grabbed that first line there and made it horizontal. So now it doesn't rotate. Now it just got a position. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to move it there anyway. Um, okay, so it's got a 1 inch again. The inscribed circle is 1, and it's 1 from the center and 1 from the top. So there's 1. Oh, no, no, I didn't do that. That's you and you. I want a dimension from there to there. I didn't do that. Yes, you did. I watched you. Yeah, what do you know? Hey, laser lips, your mama was a snowblower. Okay, and that's a 1. Okay, so, but we're supposed to have 2 of them. So I'm going to grab these 6 lines, or 6, and this line here, and come up here to this and mirror it. Oof, there we go. And then and then that's it. Now we just so here they tell you to close the sketch, and I don't know. They went through so many steps to do this, but I mean, if you just close the sketch. It'll bring up the, well, if I hadn't made a mistake in the middle, it'd bring this up, and then we want a 0.25, and there's our gasket. It looks like some robot with no nose, two eyes, and a wide mouth. Did that help any? Hello? I put you all to sleep?
Yeah, it helps me a lot. Like it takes me like hours to like reading the books, and then it's just so hard. And then the way you did is like easy.
Yeah.
So
Okay, well, I am recording this, and I will process this one first and get it posted. Um, so take a look at it and try and figure out the other problems in this this assignment in workbook one. You got to do now the hardest part on the wall bracket is going to be the spline, which is the curvy line on the bottom. Just use the spline. What's the spline? The spline is just one of the sketch tools that's available. So if we just come on here and do a sketch on that surface, the spline is this curvy line right here. And it's just a matter, you just take and make it look somewhat like what the picture in the book is. And that's pretty close to what it is. So that's on the wall bracket. I mean, if you're not exactly the same as what's in the book, I'm not going to mark it wrong. And this one, if you want, you can make that fully defined, but I won't force you because it could be obnoxious. You got to do a lot of dimensioning to get splines in a um, fully defined state. So if we bring these two here up and then turn them into that, then it's just you got to dimension each one of these points. Where'd my where'd my measure my I'm going crazy. That's all, folks. There to there. Okay. There. Yeah, okay, we need one of those two. Okay, we're on that center line, so we might as well pull off all these points. Yes. There. And then from that one to this one. And I've done this before because I'm trying to show motion through like a 1.5D bend or a piece of pipe or something. You can't do it in segments the way I make the motion go, so it has to be a spline. So that's one way that you can make a spline fully defined. If you don't care about adjustability, um, another way to do it, I guess, would be just to grab the thing and say it's fixed. Well, it doesn't like have that because that dimension's on there. So I'm good either way on the spline, but circles and straight lines and stuff like that, they should be fully defined with relations other than fixed. Wow, we got a whole lots of people here tonight. And that was just a sketch. And if you don't like to see your sketches, you can right mouse click on it and say hide, and it's gone. Lost and gone forever. Any questions, comments, wants, needs, desires, concerns, complaints? A little early in the semester for complaints, but I'm sure they'll be coming. Okay. There's a lot of people here, and that is great. I love to see that. Is this going to be a good time for you guys to meet?
Yes. Yeah, it works for me.
Okay.
for this through the semester.
Yeah, I mean, this is perfect. This is the most class kid, not kids. I mean, you're all kids compared to my age, but just students. This is the most students I've had in an online session like this in years. So I think that's cool. Kudos to you guys. So yeah, I'll schedule a Zoom time for this time frame every week. And like I say, I'll get in and I'll just do the same thing. Just schedule, I'll model whatever you guys want. If you want me to do something out of the textbook, that's fine. If you want me to do something obscure, I can muddle my way through just about anything. So